so Senegal has Goree Island, which is kind of our version of the slave castles. It's, And I went there as a very, very young child and was too unaware to know what I was feeling and what was going on there, you know? But now I was a grown up and I'm standing in essentially this cave jail. And on this tour with, 100 other people who are all different, like they're artists and they're musicians, and like Jadena was there, like they're like, people
Jadena.
Yes.
Nigerian.
Yes, Nigerian. The lightest Nigerian I've ever seen. But he just like these people that here in America have these Black people that have value to the outside. You know what I mean? Like, of course, we all have value, but because they have a little bit of fame, a little money, like then they're valued. And we're all standing in this space, in this jail cell, and we went to the male jail cell, the female jail cell, and the one that the sort of entryway jail cell. Before you get there. And there's 100 of us, but what stood there before us were 200 people, and I'm not enslaved people. 200, I don't even want to say Africans because that limits us too much, because they were humans, they were teachers, they were mothers, fathers, doctors. This was an entire society that they jailed here and kept them for 3 months minimum in order to break their spirit, so that when they would, just to see who was going to survive and who was not going to survive, and to have them walk that long, well, it's not that long, it just feels really long, this tunnel through the door of no return and onto the boat. It's just this feeling and this knowledge, and just like knowing how many people had to survive this bullshit just for me to do funny make-em-ups over in LA. You know what I mean? Like this is what my ancestors survived.
Butterfly effect,
This is, and it's the butterfly effect. And it's so powerful and it's so draining. And I remember just like we were there for a while, and then you sit in the, we give offerings in the cells, we do prayers, and we really, really hold space for what happened there and for the glory that we are now standing there. And then we walk through the door of no return, and we're on the beach and we can see the waters, and by now we all just like want to kind of die. And then we come back in, and the funny thing about Ghana is they are so, if you want to, like Black people, if you are Black and American and you don't want to be here because you don't feel safe here, Ghana got you.
Word.
Ghana got you. There's something, but Ghana got you because they were handing out passports. Every day they said, would you like a passport? And I felt funny about getting a Ghanaian passport because I don't have a Senegalese passport. Somebody in Senegal hit me up because I want one. I'm coming. but I felt funny. One. I didn't know what was going to happen. But you can get the Ghana one because they are really, really sorry about their place in history when it comes to slavery too. And so there are a lot of expats there. There are a lot of like Black Americans that move there. And they stand on the other side of that door. And when you come in, they say, welcome back, sister. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, welcome back. Because the door of no return, we have gotten to a place where we have mounted over it and we have shut it down and we have made it a door of welcome and not a door of slavery and degradation and death to us. Sorry, that was a lot.
No, it wasn't. No.
Drink a little bit more.
Cheers, because
cheers to that.
No, seriously, you were definitely cooking on that, and because I think until you take that journey, and everything you said took me back to the moment that I stood in the very place that you stood in Ghana and in Accra, and I just remember being overwhelmed with emotions. And this was me at 16 years old. And I remember crying, and the people that I was with, we were crying because you can feel like when you talk about feeling the spirits and the heaviness of the past, you can feel it in that moment, and it never, ever left my spirit. I never forgot it. And what I know to be true from what you were saying is that as you get older, your perspective in your life, you become a little bit more comfortable in understanding who you are. And so in that moment, you can go, whoa, that's a different experience than traveling to Africa as a kid and go, okay, cool.
You don't know.
You don't know the difference. And so I guess that brings me to, with your father, did he ever share his journey? You talk about, the journey of, the slaves who obviously, came here to America, but your father in Senegal, he came to America Did he ever share to you his journey of why he came to America?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if this is what it's like to just have an African dad or what it's like to have my African dad, but he does not want to talk to me. Like, you know, he's just not, I mean, he does. He want to talk to me.
That's African
I
dad.
thought so. I had a feeling.
My dad, I didn't know my dad's age. Yeah. Like,
I don't know how many
he'd be like,
children
tell your
my
friends
dad
I'm
has.
100. My father would say, I'm at 100. Tell your friends.
And you said you don't know how many children your dad has.
Yeah, because
and you're one of them.
And I'm one of them. I know I'm number 2.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But because we were the first family. But so like the thing about my dad is I wrote a book a few years ago and I wanted to write a bit about what brought him here. And he told me this story about his decision to come here. I think he went to school for architecture. He went to school in France. And so my dad's dad was the mayor of a town outside, not in Dakar, but like a town called Chess. And so he was like a political figure, and so I think they maybe had a bit of money or something, and he went to school in France and he wanted to be an architect. I think he might have gotten a degree in architect. And I say think a lot because I don't 100% know, because he's my African dad.
Yeah,
and so
that's a whole new book, My African Dad.
My African Dad.
Yeah.
And he told me these stories. I was like, where did you stay? Did you have friends here? Like, what are you? He was like, I knew some people. Okay. And where did you stay? And he told me that I'm gonna get a WhatsApp about this, because he told me that he, at first, before finding a real place to stay, he like slept in like hallways. And then when he read it in my book, he said that didn't happen. And I said, well, where the I get that from then, sir? Because I didn't make it up. You told me this. Sometimes I think that there's a lot of pride. And speaking of pride, the reason I don't know how many children my father has is because my mother was his first wife. Which got him his citizenship here. And then he went on to marry the woman that I think he was arranged to marry. And we found out he married her when I was 5. We found out that he married her when I was 8. And that's what broke up my mom and my dad's marriage, because he had married her. And then he went on and that's the only other wife I've actually met. He's had, I think, 3 or 4, maybe 2 other wives, and an unnumbered amount of children, because having children is a very prideful thing. Very, very prideful.
It's a respectful thing. It's a very respectful thing when you have a large family.
Yes. And it's not, but it's really just for the man. It's not about having family so that family has family. It's really just about this man and all of the kids that he has, because it weirdly makes up, it kind of like makes up his manhood. Like, these are points for his manhood. And because it's got so much to do with pride, if you ask an African man or a Senegalese man how many children he has, you don't want, like, pride goes before the fall. And so the thinking, according to my father, is if I say I have 10 children, then I'm being too prideful and God will take some away. And so I won't say how many I have so that I can keep them all. So
it's like not bragging.
Yes. Oh, wow. He doesn't want to brag by telling me the number of children he has.
That's another 154 conversation in the books. We are bridging culture back to its roots.
From Africa to the world, we're telling stories our way.
So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share your voice in the comments. This is 154.